Governor Lamont is looking for a new chairman to the Board of Regents.
That's right. Lawmakers, though, are calling for even bigger changes to the state's universities and community college system. NBC Connecticut political reporter Mike Savino joining us live at the Capitol with more. So what kind of changes are they looking at here, Mike?
Yeah, Mike and Keisha, the answer to that question is going to depend on who you ask, but there is bipartisan frustration, and frustration might not even be a strong enough word. After all, this is a system that has more than 60,000 students, and the state has done things like debt-free community college to try to help those students find a career path, and yet this is a system that also continues to find itself in turmoil.
I think it was time to make a change.
Governor Ned Lamont says he'll pick a new chairman for the Board of Regents this week. Marty Gui resigned Monday, creating a leadership void for the state's largest higher education system. The board was already trying to replace John Maduco, who resigned as chancellor of the state's community colleges and universities last month. Documents released Friday detailed a sexual harassment complaint against Maduco, but that employee also said Gui bragged about firing someone else who filed a sexual harassment complaint, saying, quote, "I don't care. Legal told me I'd have a problem, but I knew she was lying."
If the allegations are true, then, we need real change, systemic change.
Republicans want oversight when regents hire high-paid administrators. Just a year ago, Terrence Chang was pushed aside amid an investigation into his usage of a credit card.
Then we at the very least need to have more legislative oversight over their actions. Because, again, what they've been doing over the past few years here has been negligent, frankly, at best.
Meanwhile, a co-chair of the Education Committee wants hearings to force more answers.
Have another scandal here, while the former chancellor is still on the payroll, does not sit well with me.
Lamont wants to bring in new leaders to make those recommendations. The board is already hiring an outside investigator to look into this complaint. Lamont says he didn't know about the details until the documents were released.
I didn't know the nature of the allegations. I've read a lot of it since. They're serious.
That outside investigation will look into both that complaint against Maduco as well as the board's handling of it. The board is set to meet next on May 28th as they continue their search for an interim chancellor and, of course, continuing to try to move along that ongoing search for a permanent replacement. Live from the Capitol, Mike Savino, NBC Connecticut News.